episode of the Racers Recap, where we break down our favorite show on the planet, The Amazing Race. I am so lucky to have gotten rid of Joey Cavino and have replaced him with someone of your stature. Welcome to the show, Anna Leigh, and you are sitting next to Dad. What's up, Dad?
Dad's in the house. Come on, Dad, I'm here.
You showed up a couple episodes late, but you're here. You know, it's just like.
That's all right. I'll make it for this one.
Nah, I appreciate you. Thanks for showing up. All right, so watching the show, early favorites. I know it's like if you look at it, I mean, the teams have pretty much stayed where they have been, but as we all know, with Victor and Jocelyn, it doesn't matter how you start the race; it matters how you finish the race. Who do you guys like early on here in the race? Who do you like?
Man, I was really liking Rod and Letitia. I know they slipped back to 5th, I believe, this week, but they seem to hold it together pretty good. Ricky and Caesar, I think their time's short-lived. Yeah, they're shocking me. They started out with a lead, so this 15 minutes is new for me. 15-minute start, so they kind of had, I think, a little advantage there. I think get some of these other teams a little closer to them, and they'll have. I think they'll start slipping back a little bit.
Yeah. Joey is coming back. I was just joking. Joey's not here this week. He is coming back. He's like, no, you really got rid of Joey. He'll be back. Anna Leigh is replacing Jen. Jen had other things she needed to do for this season, especially with the baby and the business picking up. Check it out. Escapade.com. You can see what she's up to. She's doing awesome. All right, Steve and Anna Leigh.
I've been on here for 2 minutes and they're already asking for Joey to come back.
I think it's because they want me to leave. Maybe that's why they want me to leave. He's usually my counter.
No way.
No, so yeah, I mean, Rod and Leticia have surprised me.
Mm-hmm. Us too, but I really like Derek and Shalisa.
Derek and Shalisa, yeah, I think it's Shalisa, but
yeah, I like them. I feel like they're just two grandparents having fun and they're doing well, so it's fun to watch them.
Really interesting. Okay, what do you think, Steve? Do you think they represent the older crowd?
Well, it's hard to compete with the older crowd from last season, but yeah, they're hanging in there pretty good.
Yeah,
Amber and Vinny are looking good, but yeah, for the older crowd, yeah, I think that I saw them kind of bicker a little bit on the cooking challenge, and that kind of worries me where they're going to get when the stress really gets high. It doesn't seem like there's been a lot of high stress to me yet.
No, not yet.
They need to jump in. I think they'll ramp it up as the season goes on.
Yeah, they showed a little preview, and it looked like Amber and Vinny were going to get in a little bit of
little
tip. So I'm excited for some drama to come out.
Amber's crying because of Vinny, and you also got teams getting lost. You have obviously Sean almost quitting this week. So a lot can go down in 1 week. We'll see how everybody deals with some adversity. My early favorites were Amber and Vinny before the season started, right? I like them a lot. After the season started, I really started to like Ricky and Caesar, Rod and Leticia, not just because they were winning, but because the way they're racing as well. It's like they're not making the mistakes that could really hurt you early on. And they definitely really stood out. But, I mean, obviously it's like 3.
Rod and Leticia don't seem to be letting the stress get to them. The stress will cause you problems. It'll get you. Everybody's going to get lost, but that certainly adds to when you get stressed over and start bickering.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out their real motivation for being here because they don't need the money, they don't need the fame, don't need no credit cards to ride this train. No, so
that's why I said such an outlier team to me, but I mean, it's enjoyable to watch them. I was shocked to see how scared Sean really was of heights. Like, he's legitimately afraid. That's crazy.
If he got to do that parasailing thing, then he's done. He couldn't.
He's in trouble.
Yeah,
he couldn't walk down a mountain. It's walking down a mountain with steps, and that's just a regular thing you do every day, except it's down a mountain. Never mind jumping off and just. It's just a thing you do every
down
day.
here.
You just walk down steps, and he was just like, "Nope, not gonna, nope, nope." Matter of fact, I think I have.
There's enough getting lost. There's certainly enough getting lost that you can't quit. You can't slow down because it's hard for me to believe that emotions, everything you come up against, you don't have time to question. You just got to jump in and do it. Go in head first and go.
Hell no. I don't know about this. This is crazy.
All right, step by step.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I can do this.
I 100% agree.
Sean!
And that's the way you got to do
Sean,
it.
go backwards on your hands.
If you sit there and you're debating
Look at
all
me.
the garbage,
Go backwards on your hands.
Nah.
Sean!
Nah.
The
Babe,
task,
please don't quit.
I can't. It's too high. I'm not doing that.
Babe.
I'm not
getting lost.
doing
Where
that.
it was, just
Oh,
getting
hell
to
no.
it.
Babe!
No.
Because it was a roadblock not even
Sean,
meant for
listen
him.
to me.
Nah, I ain't
He
doing
was
that.
almost going to lose
Babe,
it for
please
the
don't
team.
do
It's too high.
Babe. No, I'll take your book back.
Nah, it's too
Yeah, we
high.
could definitely talk about that. All right, let's try to talk about this in a little bit of an order. There's really not too much. I mean, there's a couple things that happen. So let's get to some of the cool stuff. All right, so this episode did not have a lot of mileage traveled. Guess a lot of it was over water, which was like a 5-mile ride, but it was just over water from one island to the next. But okay, we had 3 groups. We had Rod Leticia, Ricky Cesar, Derek and Shalisa, first group. Juan and Shane, Yvonne, Melissa, who you're like, who? Yeah, that's team like no edit yet.
I think some clip is playing. Do you know about that, Justin?
Is it still playing? Oh shit. All right, I didn't hear it.
I'm
Sorry.
reading the comments.
Yeah, no, that's so funny. I didn't. Properties. Hold
It
on.
happens to the best of us.
Yeah, no, I dropped that clip in. That's the clip of him saying, "Oh no, nope, not doing it." Nope. No, so that's what was playing. I was gonna, yeah, I was prepping it just for later because I have the whole. He's like, "Nope, I'm just." And if you listen to his voice, he's dead serious. He's just like, not doing, nope. Just
He was out.
he was clear as hell. That's not doing it. All right, and then the final group that was one, you knew one of these teams was probably going to be in last place. Anthony and Bailey, Sunny and Busy, Kashoria and Karishma, Michelle and Sean are in the last group, and you figured one of them would go home. So you figured that one of the first group would battle for first place, one of the bottom group would battle for last place with these settings. A lot of linear stuff with not a lot of ways to make up time. So it just leads to a lot of bunching when you get to certain places. Then you can make up 5.
Yeah,
to
someone's
10
saying that the seemed lopsided. I don't know. I feel like they kind of played on certain strengths and weaknesses. Like the loading, I could see that being super detailed and tedious, but I also see with the cooking how if you're not a cook, like that is just as hard as loading something, for
Is
Yeah,
it
the girls that never cooked meat before never cooked the vegetables.
True.
I mean, it's just like don't put it at max. Put them somewhere medium to max heat and throw it on, and just when it starts to look crispy, flip it over. I mean, how hard is it to really cook things?
That was all
ask the
about
brothers.
presentation. So you just got get it to the judges and hope you plated it the right way.
Yeah, I cannot believe those brothers. All right, so before they even did all that, can everybody in chat guess how many steps they had to climb, or how many stories did they have to climb to get the first clue? I love when they start the legs like this, just destroying you physically before your first
I
clue's
already
over.
know. 'Cause I looked it up. Let's see what they're guessing here. Nobody's guessing yet.
Nobody's guessing
I know
yet.
exactly how many.
Yeah, nobody's guessing yet. I mean, there's definitely not as big of a live crowd. We would have like 100 people on Sundays, but Fridays, people are adjusting to the new day and time. 300 steps. 39 stories. 700 steps. 700 steps. Look at this. Everybody with the memories.
1,000 steps.
I think
in
that little
Slovenia.
706 steps, they had them crying, but they need to go over there where we went to that 1,000 steps and then the 10-story climb afterwards. Just for kicks.
60 stories, 708 steps, 650 feet above the ground. It takes 15 to 30 minutes to climb, depending on who you are. So, somewhere.
I wonder how long.
Like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know Leigh would do it in 15 minutes. How long would you take, Steve? No.
Hour and 15 minutes.
My man, I love it, Steve. I love it. I'd love to see you do it again. All right.
I probably used up about a quarter of the world's oxygen, as much as I was sucking by the time I got to the top of that climb.
So does walking down hurt afterwards because it's all on your thighs, or is it like a relief?
I zip line down.
Oh yeah.
They got me a ride down.
Well, these guys had to walk back down. I was like, because I'm wondering, does walking down really make it worse because it's all on your thighs going down, that pressure?
How would have gone sideways?
Well, you're a seasoned professional mountain climber.
Caesar in.
Ricky and Caesar, listen, you guys are, I'm going to tell you now, stop. What is going on? I don't understand. Why are you guys so good? I have to give you mad props. You guys are crushing it. You're just crushing it right now.
I'm telling you, they got some stair stepper practice in or something.
And they still they don't look like a sweaty mess. They still look good doing it. I like that they maintain style through the race. All right, so after they get to the top, they find out it's all about making a choice. Do you want to prepare 3 plates of food, or do you want to pack a Jeep full of stuff? Now, after walking 700 and something steps, 60 stories, I couldn't see a reason why anybody would want to lift and move and pack a Jeep.
That's what everybody said too when they were choosing the cooking.
We always pick stuff based on a start and a finish. I would have probably tried to get you to go to packing because it had a definite start and a definite finish. The cooking was kind of you had to go to the judge. Yeah, I didn't want to go to see anybody subjective.
That was definitely our strategy. Was not pick anything that could be subjective.
Yeah, I mean, if it has a definite start and beginning, it's a good mentality for you because you don't have that wonder. Are we going to pass? Did we do enough? It's just like, we need to get there. We need to do that. So I like that as well. But the packing seemed more, not just a straightforward. It was also attention to detail task, which can crush a team. Never mind having to pick up all that stuff and move it after being tired and then getting it wrong and have to unpack it and do it. That would crush teams.
Yeah.
But it did not seem as hard as they were making it seem. It seems like a copy-paste challenge. Like, copy-paste.
I'm just talking up, it makes me think about Anthony and Bailey. It's so funny. I was laughing. I was like, there's no way they're going to change again.
Oh, they did.
No, seriously, it's copy-paste. You see something, okay, just get those 2 things, run over, put those 2 things, run back. Remember 2 things, and just remember where they go, and then run back, and then do it again, and then run back. And then just use your athleticism. You can remember 2 things each. They were just standing there like they didn't know how to begin. Like, how do we start this thing? Bro, do you want to cook? No way, bro.
That's what I think. I think they were thinking about it being hard.
How did they get past casting? How did they get past casting? They seem clueless.
And then the cooking part, I didn't see anybody eating anything because I know I was hungry during the day. I'd have probably fixed me a little snack on the side.
When I used to eat meat, that was a banging. Oh, dude, that yeah. Nom 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 nom. If you ask and they say yes, you can eat it. And a lot of times, the people who work there, they don't care because they're gonna toss that stuff anyway. Like, the Amazing Race paid for it. Maybe some of the staff will eat it on the way out. Once everybody leaves. But yeah, always ask.
I'm just glad they figured it out and got their meal cooked. Shoot. I was hurting for them watching it. I was like, I just want them to finish one.
All right, let's talk about a few things. One thing that pissed me off almost more than anything on this episode was Shane cracking that egg. I don't know why it just still irks me the way he cracked. I don't know if you've seen it, but he took the egg and the pan is just here, and you know normal people would take it to the edge and just clack clack and then open it. He takes the egg and goes click, and then just like it's like crushed and then just picks the crushed.
Yeah.
His teammate was like, man.
Busted the yolk.
And then he doesn't know how to like cut an avocado. He goes, "Do you know how to cut an avocado?" Yeah, I know how to cut an avocado. Cuts an avocado. Bro, you cut it wrong.
Man. He's really not the cook.
He's not.
In the relationship.
But you know who is? Like, I mean, Caesar, he destroyed that challenge. Like, it just got in there and they just chatting. Like, they were just hanging out in their kitchen at home. Not like they were stressing out. Like, they were like, no, honey, get me the sauce. And he's like, all right, boom, and they're just cooking. It didn't seem stressed at all. Whereas,
well, he's in his homeland. They can speak the language. The comfort there that's got to help you on confidence. When I couldn't read or talk to people, that stresses you out and causes you to fall behind. But they seem to be breezing through communicating with everybody. Communication is such key.
And it almost seems too easy. Like,
yeah, they're breezing through.
Yeah.
Even when we went to Germany, no one on our cast spoke German, so it's not like it benefited anybody. But the places that they are going, everybody speaks Spanish. It's like half the cast speaks Spanish. So I definitely think that's.
I think it's the Hawaiian shirt myself. The Hawaiian shirt's got them rolling.
Hell yeah. You know who's rolling in the background? It's those birds that sound like Joey Covino. That's all I hear when Joey talks.
He lives on a farm.
He lives on a farm. They don't even have birds. Those are just random birds in the house.
Tell me about it.
I don't own any. Now my wife owns 4, so.
I'm like, why do y'all need birds too? They just got 3 more bunnies like yesterday. I'm like, y'all, look, they're.
She's gonna cover them up, black them out.
They need to go to bed.
I don't know. I don't think Caesar's a chef. I think he's a cook. Like, I don't think he went to culinary school, but I think he has like earned money as a cook, right? If I'm not wrong. I think that's how it works. I wouldn't say he's a chef. Like, a chef went to culinary school. That's the difference between a chef and a cook.
The thing we haven't seen with them yet is stress, and when they get, I need to see them lost. I need to see them in a position where they're going to have to get along, or they're going to blow up at each other. I don't know which way it's going to go yet. I want to see them under some stress. Their
biggest asset, Ricky and Caesar, I think, is their trust. They seem to really trust each other. Like, and that really makes a difference. Knowing that you can 100% trust your teammate. And that was a problem with teams that feel like Danny and Mama. And like, he looks like he's clearly better at a lot more things than she is. So he has a little doubt about it because he can't 100% trust her, because depending on the challenge, he's screwed. He knows he can't put his trust in it. But I think Ricky and Caesar, they 100% trust each other, and that's really important. I'm a professional chef and food stylist. Oh, don't get it twisted, Justin. He's a chef and a food stylist. So not only does it taste good, it's going to look good.
When I was a private flight attendant, we would have to like style the food on the plane. So
you get your
I know
tweezers?
how important that is.
Did you get your tweezers? He's over there like this. He's got this out. He's like with the little. All right, I gotta style it just right. Make sure I get it. Good job, Ricky. You did study culinary. So my brother owns 3 restaurants in Scarsdale. Yeah, we'll chat. I gotta come up to New York. We'll eat. We'll get some manjitos. All right, very surprised to see 2 teams pick that not just 1, 2 teams. What the hell was Sean and Michelle doing? Like, they were already in the back. Do they think that like physical challenges is a strength for them?
Seemed like it. It seemed like at that point, I kind of can almost guess who's going out next because they're like telling us. I feel like it's almost too obvious.
It's hard for them not to tell people when, somebody's whole story is I'm getting lost or I'm upset, or, I mean, that's your story. That's so what else are they going to show? Yeah. Can you believe Danny is never.
Like, the second they went to the physical challenge, they were like, okay, well, we're going too. And the second they left, they're like, all right, well, we're leaving too. It was.
Yeah.
It didn't. They're making their own decisions.
Yeah, you can't win the race unless you make your own decisions. So can you believe Danny has never cooked an egg before?
Especially in the military, you'd think.
Wait, that's the son, right?
Yeah, the son, the skinny son.
Oh.
Well, yeah, she takes
Danny.
pretty good care of him, so I'm sure
He probably
he's
still.
young.
Yeah, you can. Tell
He probably still lives at home.
Boy.
Have you?
Danny and Angie still live together. They probably hang out and eat dinner together, and like he's probably just the sweetest boy in the world. Right? He's just the sweetest dude. All right, so we got a vegan and a vegetarian cooking a meat dish, but not having really any problems with it. We have Team Dude Bro struggling to copy paste challenge, also struggling to even start the cooking challenge, and went back to the other. I mean,
God, I was laughing so hard. I was like, "There's no way they're going back," and sure enough, they went back.
They talked themselves into it.
I mean, hey, that's why they were casted. They're entertaining to watch. I love watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss them for sure.
I'm gonna miss him. When you walk through that. Yeah, so it was let's see, 0.3 miles. So they were only 0.2 miles away from each other. So it wasn't very far from each other, these tasks. They were 0.2 miles, which is nothing. I mean, you could sprint 0.2 miles.
You know what? I'm gonna back up a second. My favorite part of the episode was you feel like you're in last or second to last, and you go up there to do your challenge, you're picking berries, and look over and go, check out that bird. Man, that's a cool bird.
That's a cool bird. Yeah, look, it's a monkey crossing the street. When does that happen?
Yeah.
Like, does everybody see that was a giraffe? Did everybody just see that was a damn giraffe in the street? No? I mean, okay.
They were so calm. It was like,
way too calm.
There's no way they were racing for $1 million. No way. It's just a race.
I can't. All right. So let's see what else do we need to talk about with these guys. The grandmas judged the task. Love the grandmas. They're all like, oh no, they all judged the task. I mean, this is such a classic grandma dish, and it was cute to see grandmas doing it.
Yeah, they were cute.
Let's see. So what do you think about Danny wanting to help the cousins out, even after his mom said we would lose in a foot race to them?
I think she was right. I mean, I'm on her side.
I know your mindset. What do you think,
No.
Dad?
The timing wasn't right. There's a time to help somebody, and there's a time not to. I don't think that was the time to help him.
No, and I think everyone knows that Danny is a helpful person.
And he corrected later. He said somewhere in the middle of the race, if we're in the middle of the pack, we need to assist me, which is true.
Right.
But I think they were far at the back to help. You know, they could have ran right by him, and they're lucky to still be there just because of that move.
Yeah, I mean, at the back, when you're racing for first or racing for last, you run your race. You don't help anybody. You don't follow anybody. You don't know. You run your race when you're racing for first or last. When you're in the middle of the pack and you know you can't get to first, or you know you're not going to fall back to the back, sure, help everybody. The three middle teams help each other and get to that happens. It's happened many times. If that's the type of racer you're gonna be, but then there's teams that race for first place. Then there's teams that say I'm just racing to get to the last leg, and then I'm gonna see what happens.
If you ain't first or last.
Yeah, I like it. What do you think? What do you think about the C's get degrees statement by Derek and Shalisa? Do you think that's right?
Yeah, that's why they're right now my favorite team to watch, just because they're kind, they're going through it, they're doing all the challenges, pushing each other, being nice to each other, but they also understand the game. Like,
being nice to each other.
That's why I like watching them. But I totally agree with him. You don't have to be first until the end, but at least they're still
As a matter of fact, you can cost yourself a lot by getting first too early in the race, and getting that target on your back is a bad thing.
All right, so
Ricky. Might be getting U-turned.
Kathleen Holland in chat says Danny lives in San Diego, away from. Let me move this over here so it doesn't look like I'm looking away from you. All right. Danny lives in San Diego, away from his mother. He works for a college and eats on campus, so he doesn't cook a lot. Angie makes scrambled eggs and hot fried eggs. They said this on their podcast. Well, thank you for the information, Kathleen. I haven't listened to their podcast yet. I'm sure it's delightful.
Right.
That's definitely one I could listen to while doing the dishes or something. That's a dishes type of podcast. I don't have to.
Yeah, they've been getting everybody on their podcast. That's awesome.
Shoot. Fire alarm.
Whoa.
Well, I'm still hung up on this Megan. That boy, we went at it that early, didn't we? I wasn't with y'all last week, but boom! I mean, episode 1, and it's a keep racing leg, and running into this episode 2, and that's a tough day. I can't wait to see when they break it down.
Yeah, they've got to have something like an equalizer. It's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, they
it's
have to.
next-
That 15, like you said, that separates each group seem to kind of stay relatively where they started.
And that's why too, the people who are in the back, like I know that the first 3 legs, Dad and I were like in the back of the pack.
Yeah, we were bummed thinking there's no
didn't
way no way to catch up.
Yeah, so I know it's coming. So everything that we're seeing right now, I can totally see just like completely switch.
Yeah, like you can't. It's when you know that you can't make up enough time to like get to first place. That's so disheartening. There should be multiple chances to get first place. Like there are multiple opportunities to take a first place to gain an advantage. But here it's really not. It seems like they're really rushing in and out of these places, and they're getting 2 legs in the same area, which is fine. But it's just like, okay, why? Let's get some real legs. Like it doesn't seem like there's enough happening, like to really fill this leg.
I'm curious where we're going. Do we know a country count or a destination count on this season?
Well, I know there's 2 continents. I mean, they're only going to South America, Central and South America. They're ending in Philadelphia.
There's 2 new places.
Yeah, Barbados and Dominican Republic are 2 of the places that they're going to for the first time.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Lots of water activities coming.
I can't see Michelle and Sean being around much longer either. Heights activities, I can't see it happening. I just don't see what their real strengths are yet. All right, let's get to let's get to the roadblock here, where Vinny and Amber are getting out of the taxi and pushing here. The taxi was going up to the hill on the way to the roadblock, and they couldn't make it up the hill, so they just jumped out and started pushing. Got the taxi up and over the hill. And then there you go. They didn't even hesitate. They didn't like ask the driver. They didn't like, oh my God, what's happening? They just jumped out and did it. And I love seeing that in a team.
Yeah, it shows that they're driven. That they're like, all right, we're in it to win it. We're not just coasting.
And sometimes you have to push a tuck.
Yeah.
There you go. And you're thinking, you're using your brain. It's not just looking for help from everybody. You're like, I'm going to solve this problem. So, who's feeling picky? All you got to do is pick some coffee cherries. Then you got to, grind those beans out. Get those nice green beans to be taken back where they're going to be nice and dried out and then cleaned and roasted.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to have a coffee farm someday in Costa Rica. So I was like, oh my God, this would be such a dream. I've watched hundreds of hours of people crushing cherries and picking cherries. I'm like, what are you doing? So this is
It's funny to see Vinny say, I don't know why everybody's going to the top of the mountain when there's so many, coffee beans down here, which I can so see everyone's mentality of just like skipping it, kind of like the Lotus Farms. Like you just skip the close up area.
Yeah.
But in a thing like that, I guess you don't know how many beans are on a tree.
And my thought going into that thing was a lot of people are going to go up and get half a pound of the beans and have to go back. And I only heard one person say, I want to get enough on one trip so I don't have to come back up here. And that's exactly how I thought was, I want to make one trip. But it seemed like everybody, they don't show you how many times they went up the hill, but it looked like most people got it in their first or second basketful.
Yes, they did have to walk back down those stairs. And yeah, I think all right, so my thing with Vinny here, his strategy, he kind of sat down and straddled the whole bush and was like in there. And he was using both hands, grabbing the fattest cherries, looking, just like popping it around. He's looking around. Yeah. And then you see like people holding a basket with one hand, going in and picking it. Meanwhile, he's in there with 2 hands like this, left and right, grabbing it.
Yeah, I feel like Danny's mom was just like chilling.
Oh my God.
Didn't seem like she had any urgency.
I felt like she was laying on her back at some point. It looked like she was almost laying on her back, like picking some cherries from like underneath the bush, like
Right.
like she was changing some oil or something, like just grabbing some cherries from underneath. But yeah, Vinny, big kudos to Vinny holding it down there. It seemed to really make a difference there. Sonny's grandma died the night before. She was told, I guess, that morning. Her grandmother grew up picking apples on a farm, so picking the coffee beans, felt the connection there. It's cool that we get to know a little bit more about Sonny and Busy. We haven't had too much screen time.
It's really cool that they told her and like she got to go through that, because I always wondered, like, what if something back home happened? Like, how would they let us know? How would they tell us?
Well, it's tough to deal with, but it seemed like her teammate really propped her up and pushed her on and got her head in the right space. So yeah, they did good working through that, especially the emotional part of it.
Behind the scenes alert. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So behind the scenes, every couple days you have a contact, and that contact gets called by production to let them know that you are safe and healthy. So when they do that, they also do the other way around. Is there anything that they need to know? And as soon as they find out information like this, they share it. So it's usually, they know within 48 hours. And the parents, like Diana's parents, had the number of the producers, so they could have called like right after. Like her grandma just died. They could have got a call like within an hour. And probably given her the opportunity, do you want to fly home or do you want to, obviously finish the race?
Oh, that's rough. But go her for pushing through.
Yeah.
And I hope that her heart's healed a little bit more by now. That's so sad.
So let's talk a little bit more about one of my favorite teams to watch. I don't think they have much of a chance to win. But Danny and Angie, so
I'm rooting for him because he's such a super fan, but I'm with you. I just don't see. They don't have the grit. They don't have the.
What do you think about his statement?
Yes.
Eight teams have come and gone, and she's like, "That's not helpful."
Yeah. I think he was just stressed. Bless it. He was so stressed. You could tell he was like thinking, didn't know what to do.
What would you have said?
Come on, Dad!
Come on,
You set you up perfect. Come on, and somebody said that has to be your award. It has to be come on, come on. It doesn't have to be come on, Dad. But
that's what I said. That's what she tried to change it. I said, oh no, that's got to be it.
It's got to be come on. I mean, everybody said it's got to be come on, and so somebody did something that you just can't believe, or something that's like makes you just say come on. Whatever.
All right.
But I mean, it's your award. You do what you want. So Vinny and Amber.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, but back to Danny. He sure is a patient guy. He's trying to push her, and she seems like she's in her everyday life, just going through the motions. But he holds his tongue pretty good, I think.
Yeah, he does.
Oh my God, he's so sweet. He's so sweet. I mean, but that's why he can't win the race. He's too sweet. He doesn't have the instinct. He doesn't have that step on the gas. He's
maybe he'll get a little spunk.
We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. So let's get to who wins right now, and it's Ricky and Caesar who are pulling in, looking good first three legs. Finished second, and first with a nice average in the first three legs. They're 2-1 split. Every team is 2-1 split with roadblocks right now. So every team looking smooth. So they get the bump up from 2-1. They win some travel points to go to Cape Horn, South
Africa.
Cool.
Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah, Cape Town, South Africa, which is so cool.
Yeah, Ricky and Caesar, if y'all want to bring me along.
Have you been there?
I can fit in your suitcase. No, I want to go.
Sounds like they got to plan a trip. with Ricky and Caesar as the special guests.
Yeah.
Thanks to Expedia. Let's set it up.
We need an amazing race trip, like an alumni trip.
I really think you need to plan that. I want to do that.
Hey, it's a good time.
I would love to do that.
They earned that trip. They all left, and they never looked back. I think they kept gaining a lead. The more that they went, I think the further ahead that they got.
Yeah,
they were probably showered and laying in bed before second place came in.
Yeah, they seemed like they're way far ahead.
I would really like to see the time difference here. I would really, really like to see the time difference here because it did seem like they smoked everybody. There was 8 teams.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There was 8 teams at that challenge, the coffee challenge at the same time. 8 teams were there at the same time.
Impressive.
And Vinny passed them all. So when he got there and he passed them all, and that's how they made the lead to get to second place at the coffee challenge. It was literally the only really big jump in the race for a team. He just went from 12th to 7th to boom, second. Derek and Shalisa finished third again for the third time in a row. Juan and Shane finished fourth for the third time in a row. Yvette and Melissa finished 6-5-6. Sunny Busy 9-9-7. Like Kishora and her cousin 10-10-9. So like everybody's like very consistent. Ricky and Caesar, you guys crushed it. You guys, if you continue this on, I will be your biggest fanboys. Like I would love to see the momentum brought on. Just don't win 5 in a row. I mean 6 in a row. That's all. Just you can break the other records.
I have a feeling that Yvonne and Melissa I think they're going to go far because we haven't seen much of anything of them. And I remember that was the same way, like looking back, that was the same way with Greg and John. Any of the teams
kind
that
of flying
aren't being
under the
shown,
radar.
Yeah, it's like, that's like indication. Either that or they pissed off production somewhere. But I think they're going to come out of nowhere. Yes,
I'm going to have teams on from this season on the Races Recap. I normally don't have it for the first couple episodes because a lot of times those teams, one, don't want to do any more press because they're like, the first couple teams out. 2, sometimes those episodes don't do as well because people really don't care as much about them, so nobody watches those episodes. So that's the real truth about it. But also we have a new co-host, and I wanted to get our group here and get our thing first before we brought in another guest to kind of like step over each other. So as we have a new co-host, the 4 of us have not been together yet. So I want to kind of get our rhythm first. So that's some of the behind the scenes of the Races Recap there, Tom. All right, let's get to it. What else stands out here? Anything else stand out? I mean, Michelle and Sean, you figure at some point they're gone. Karishma, Kashara, I mean, there's nothing that says they have a chance to win, right? Sunny and Blizzy, as much as I picked them in the beginning to be one of my top 3, there's nothing that really says they have a shot. But we'll see. Ricky and Caesar looking strong, but we'll see once there's a bunch point and then something that allows people to get distance. How it all plays out. All right. So my super fan move is actually going to Angie and Danny. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but at some point during this leg, they went from 2 backpacks to 1 backpack. So they narrowed down their backpacks. They must have tossed one and narrowed it down.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So that is, me. I don't think anybody should even start with 2 backpacks. You only need 1. You don't need that much stuff for the race. You don't need that much stuff for the race. You want that much stuff, but you don't need that much stuff for the race. Super fan move. So Angie, Danny narrowing down to 1 backpack. I think that's pretty clutch, especially for that team. If she doesn't have to wear a backpack, I think that's really going to help. And also
doing it so early. They made that move early, so that's a good one to.
It took us that early. Leg 6 is when we really dumped our stuff. Like 6, 7. When we went to India, I traded it to people for like India homemade bangles and bracelets. I was trading clothes and jackets.
Someone said that they just stuffed Angie's backpack in Danny's, so I think she still has it.
Either way, that they narrowed it down to one backpack. So I don't care if there's a second backpack.
Yeah.
There's only one backpack. They just have the ability to make it two if they need. But if they narrowed it down, if they put it in his backpack, even better. That his was that light or not as packed enough to fit her. So either way, I think it's a strong move for that team. But also special shout out to Amber and Vinny for getting out of the taxi and pushing. I think that's a super fan move. Without bitching and complaining, without asking the driver what's up, without saying, hey, what's going on, just shut up, get out and make your own solutions. I love it. Also, using two hands to pick the beans. I think they're starting to really get the fire under them after playing like poop for the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Swapping D4 3 times doesn't count for a super fan?
I got good.
My come on award has got to go to Anthony and Bailey. I mean,
Oh my
come
God,
on,
come on,
guys. It's got to be the come on. That's the one.
Aw.
Dad, what's yours?
That's easy. Is that come on, bro?
Or come on, bro. Yeah. I know that's what I commented on the Amazing Race page, and they were doing the dude counter.
Yeah.
And I said out with Dad and in with come on, dude.
Come on, dude. Yeah, like, dude, this is the first time I've actually put a title. If you see, I normally don't title it anything but Amazing Race episode and whoever the guest is, but this one's titled Dude. It was just like, dude, like that's all I kept screaming at the TV. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Just do something. You're standing there looking at each other like, are we gonna do this? I don't know. Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it, bro? I can't think. You can't think. We can't think right now, bro.
But there's a bird. Check out the bird.
Check out the bird. Steve is not a new co-host. He's a guest. He's filling in for Joey Cavino, who couldn't be here tonight. You want to give an award? You can give an award.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Ricky and Caesar for those winning, not running those Hawaiian shirts. And I just pray they got a different color in there, but same floral.
How about the stamina award?
Yeah, they get the stamina award, climbing those stairs and then rolling on. So I'm ready for a shake-up in a new place, and let's see what happens.
Oh, hold on. We got Vinny and Amber in chat. The dream team. No, I'm glad that you guys finally shaking off the rust, using that knowledge that you acquired from listening to hours and watching hours of the races recap. I got faith in you. You'll pull it off in the end. Let's do this. The showdown between Ricky and Caesar, Vinny and Amber, first and second. Who's it gonna be? Dun, 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 dun. All right. Also, Autumn says in chat that Danny name drops races recap in every one of his recaps. Now I really have to go and listen. Thank you for the love, Danny. Appreciate it. I really appreciate anybody who's going to be on the race or trying to be on the race that studies the show and picks up all the silly little things that we say that can really make a difference, because they do, man. They make a difference. All right, so next week we're doing paragliding over Medellin, where Sunny and Busy are stumped on a word/picture puzzle. Michelle is crying because they're lost on a roadblock, or she's losing a roadblock or something. Amber is crying because Vinny, what'd you do, Vinny? Vinny, you're in chat. Oh, Vinny! Don't tell me you pulled the Justin. You have to watch season 27 and know you can't do stuff like that. You have to notice. She's crying, and if you're the reason she's crying, now you're gonna be hated. Dude, wait till social media. I didn't send out my social media blast. Normally I greet the whole cast with this social media post, with this post to let you know what to expect. To focus on the good instead of the negative. But if you made her cry, if you're the reason she's crying, don't answer, don't pay attention, skip over all the negative people. Otherwise it'll just consume you and you'll miss all the fun. It goes by.
They'll show up too.
It goes by so fast, man. I mean, we know it, right? We know how how the online hate goes. No matter how
You don't
much
even
people
wanna
say they
know.
love you, you always see the people who hate you, right?
It's so funny because people in person, like when people recognize me out and about, not a single person says anything rude, or they're all like, "Oh, we love you." But online,
Whew.
man, do the Karens come out?
No, I'm
Oh
telling
my
you,
God,
They come out.
Yeah, I remember when I
Just
was.
today, some guy, and he said something about how nice everyone is this season, and was saying how mean I am. And all I responded back, I just said, "Go kick rocks." I can't.
Go kick rocks.
I can't anymore.
Oh, I love it when I get stuff like it's like, oh hey, it's been 8 years and now you want to. They're like, you're such a loser. I can't believe she's still with you. You should get a life. And I'm like, I'm the one that should get a life. You're commenting to me. You tracked me down on social media and from a show that aired 8 years ago, and now you're choosing to make a comment, but I'm the loser somehow.
They'll tell you how they really feel.
Vinny and Amber said, I love to see it. It's our real life on TV. As long as you truly love each other, if you're just emotional and that's part of your relationship, then it all depends on what you say after she cries. That's how it's going to determine. If you start to comfort her and pull some Zen stuff, then you're going to be loved. If you start to like defend or jump on top of it's going to go bad. So I'm rooting for you, man. You seem more of a Zen guy. So we'll see how it goes. So, what are we looking at? Clear favorites right now and kind of a clear bottom. And there's a couple maybes, like Juan and Shane.
It's going to be an equalizer.
Do you think that's going to make a difference? Does the cream going to rise to the top? I think Juan and Shane are in the middle. They could fall to the bottom. They could rise to the top. There's such an iffy team.
There is. I feel like I could see Melissa, and like I said before, they haven't gotten like any airtime.
None.
So I feel like either production's mad at them or they're going to come out and win the whole thing. It's one of the two.
Well, what I haven't seen is that high stress, lack of sleep. Let the senses start taking on. Let some of these emotions start coming out. And we'll see who the strong survives. I think that'll shake it up. And I think some teams will slide, and some teams will or do better under that stress.
Yeah, I mean, having the right partner when stress hits, it can change everything. Does your partner amplify the stress and make things worse? Does your partner know how to calm you down? Do you guys know how to talk to each other in stressful situations? Because that's totally different than talking to each other in normal situations. So a lot of things come out. And then, people in relationships, that sparks fly a lot faster than teams who are friends, because friends just like, bro, whereas relationships are like, you look at me wrong. Oh, I know that look. I know what you were thinking. What do you mean you know what I'm thinking? So I just looked at you? Yeah. And you heard what I was saying? Yeah. And now you're responding to it? Yeah. And nothing happened. All I did was look at you. Everything happened in your brain. Oh, I'm making it up. Oh my God. Yep. It's like,
Yeah. And the thing is, when you're at home and you have a healthy relationship with someone at home, you're not in those situations all the time. Like when we were home and when we are home, we never fight, we never argue, but we're not in those situations where we have to. So that
makes it tough.
Yeah, it definitely makes it tough.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going to find out, because if we do have some sort of an equalizer or some kind of shakeup and all the teams end up back kind of where they're at right now, then we can probably forecast the rest of the season. But I think right now it's too early to tell. These guys got to lead with the 15-minute increments, and we need something. We either need an equalizer, a shakeup of some sort, a U-turn. Something's coming. We know that's coming.
Yeah, I think maybe a good time when they'd like to do equalizers is during these fear tasks, because they like to have all the teams there watching and getting scared while other teams are doing it. So that could be this next task in Medellin where they bunch up, just waiting to do that, the flying task every 5 minutes or so, or every 10 minutes. As they're all kind of standing there waiting to fly off. They build that fear. And hopefully this is when Sean shits his pants and he can't do anything. I'm just not doing it, Michelle. I'm not doing it, Michelle. Michelle, I'm not doing it, Michelle. I'm not doing it. How many times I got to tell you I'm Not doing it.
He's not doing it.
Oh, yes.
It's her turn because he's.
Juan and Shane also have a podcast. It's something to do with military, some kind of name, mic check or check comms or something to do with military, something comms. They're both very personable. They're both very happy. They have a really good relationship with each other. I did watch one of their episodes already. All right, so
they're kind of flying right back too, so we might need to watch out for them.
They're
awfully quiet
for being two alpha males, young, stud, good looking, in shape. They are kind of flying. I mean, they're middle of the pack in it. They're literally fourth every time. Like they're the top of the middle of the pack, but they're still middle of the pack. You know, it's top three, bottom three, and middle of the pack.
Yeah, not being looked at.
So we'll see how it goes. All right. So one thing I did learn is there is no U-turns this season because it is one of the COVID seasons. So yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you, but I ruined it for you. No U-turns this season. So
I'm salty.
But they did say that though. I think they did say that. So I'm not spoiling anything. That's why I don't mind. I don't like spoilers. I'm not a spoiler guy. I don't go looking for them, and I hate knowing them. I like to be the fan that I am and talk about it from a perspective of a fan who got to live his dream. Pops, I really appreciate you coming on, and thank you for hanging out. I know you guys were only going to hang out for a little bit, and you guys hung out for the whole time, so I really appreciate it. So thank you.
You know what? Good to see you again. I'm glad. I'm happy to be on here anytime.
Ricky Caesar.
Anytime y'all let me.
Ricky Caesar, throw your podcast in chat. Let's get some props. I have to start watching more of the podcasts.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Annalie, always a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love it. It's fun to watch back and talk about and to be on the other side of it because I used to watch this every single week. Make
sure you guys check out Ricky and Caesar's YouTube show. Let me see if I just click on their name. If I click on their name, does it just come up?
I'm sure if you type it in on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, it says they have something on YouTube.
Ricky, I guess it's just this name. Whatever name that they're talking with is probably the account. So click on their name in chat and follow their account. I mean, if nothing else, you know their personalities are fire. And they're gonna be dressed good. So go and check that out. What else, Annalie? What are you promoting right now? What do you got going on? You have any trips? You got any sponsors? What you got? Anything good?
I'm finally home, and I have taken the last few days to just get over jet lag, and I think I'm still jet lagged. So I'm about to leave again on the 2nd for some more travel.
Relax and wait a minute. This girl just went to an MMA class last night with her husband and tried to make him submit by bending his arm. So yes,
I did too. I did good.
She seems like the type.
Toughen up for all the.
Hey, who knows? I might be an MMA fighter next, wherever the wind blows me.
And if you guys have not seen her husband, it's not like he's some little dude. He looks like a dude who can handle himself. So good on you for getting in there and making his ass tap out. All them muscles ain't gonna help when your wrist is twisted. Ow! Damn, my wrist! Ow! So is
trying to get me to tap out?
You're gonna have to put that to sleep. He ain't tapping out. You're gonna have to actually knock him out, just choke him right out. So, where can they check out all of your trips and all of the beautiful videos and stuff from your trips?
All the travels, all the trip tips, and all the things is on Instagram at the Bucket List Vagabond. And I've actually I have a YouTube, but I'm starting to slowly build it. I don't really understand YouTube. So it's one of those things, it's a learning curve for me, but same thing, the Bucket List Vagabond. I just posted a vlog that my husband and I went on from Singapore. So just random things that I'm trying to grow.
And she doesn't take her dad anywhere.
He wouldn't go. He needs to stay here with the llama.
Damn. Come on, Dad, except you ain't coming on vacation, Dad. It's not. Or maybe that
Right, exactly.
maybe that should be a trip. I think like father-daughter trip would be such a cool vacation, like trip to book for people. A father-daughter trip.
Look at this video I just took of Dad running with his llama.
Dad and his llama. Oh, his llama hops. He's like,
Yeah,
He's hopping.
he was happy. He got happy tonight.
the llama looks like James Earl. It looks, hold on. Looks like James Earl when he's happy. I love my James Earl, man. I wish him. He got called into work. He is a doctor, for those of you who don't know. He did get called into work. So Joey's probably just out to dinner somewhere. He on the list of like, oh yeah, I got a podcast that I need to do every week. He puts like the prior. We're like down here. He's like, somebody wants to come over and, you know, talk about farts. He'll be like, oh, I can't come. My friend's coming over talking about farts. But sorry, I can't make it. All right. Anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for watching the show. The racers, Arnold DeLeon making me stop the exit for a second. Thank you so much for the $10. I got to give you props, Arnold DeLeon. You're really holding it down in chat. The racers, Ricky Caesar, Vinny, Amber, everybody who showed up in chat, thank you so much for hanging out. I love you guys. You're welcome to the family. I'm always here if you need anything, anything you need to know behind the scenes. I got a lot of information I never talk about. But anyway, all the fans, thank you so much for spending the most valuable thing that you have with me, which is your time, where I get to talk about my favorite TV show because my wife is tired of hearing about it. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you, Steve and Annalie. Until next week when the whole cast will be here. Yeah, right. Later.